Yeah. Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's going on out there? Welcome. Welcome to this fine Monday edition of BS with Hannas. That's me. I call myself Nicky Hannas on the internet. Welcome, welcome. What up, everybody? Good morning, world. It's a fine Monday. It is a fine Monday. This is a morning talk show. You know what I mean? I'm told in the event of having new relatively successful YouTube shorts, successful in terms of reach, views, so on and so forth. I'm told I should optimize my SEO terms for the intro, keep this algorithm happy and optimized. That's whack. F that algorithm. Ha, I'm just playing. It's funny. We're just hanging out on this fine morning. The whole premise of this show, I like to wake up and take a nice walk. I'll read some good stuff. I'll talk to the people. When I'm done here, I'm going to go lift some weights, then go to work, go about my business. In other words, I like to talk about things I'm interested in or reading or observing, stuff I'm kind of paying attention to right now. You know, some things I found helpful, some unhelpful, useful, not useful, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So I like to come out here and do it. This is BS with Hannas, just bullshitting on a fine morning. You know what I mean? Just trying to keep getting better and better, dude. Hopefully we all are. You know what I mean? Hopefully we all are. Whatever we're doing, just got to keep doing it. Get better. Keep ripping, in other words. What am I thinking about today, man? Shit, I'm thinking about Christmas time being over. Christmas time, post-Christmas blues. That's a real thing, dude. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas weekend. I definitely did. Saw a bunch of family, a bunch of friends, a little bit of time off work, time to relax. And I love that shit, dude. End of the year. Once Christmas hits, to me, I kick immediately into end of year review phase. Think about all the good stuff I did, all the shitty things, you know, a lot of stuff. Past couple of years, damn, best, like I've said many times, best thing I ever did was get sober. And I found that in the couple years, it's been about 2.5 years now, right abouts. And in that 2.5 years, you know, it's been a fucking pretty straightforward steam of just productivity, just trying to get more aligned and more, just be at peace generally. You know, got to find peace first, and then you can add success to it. Success takes time, peace takes time, but it's all inputs and outputs. The cliches, all the self-help, all the self-improvement, all the personal development stuff, you know, it does lend itself to like, all right, I'm living every day, but I'm doing things worth doing. And when your filter system is not like tinted or fucked up from bad inputs, you know, in my case, it was just drinking all the time and then wondering why I wasn't at peace. Yeah, well, no shit, dummy. You know, once I found a level of relative peace, it's like, all right, now I can meaningfully add things to my to do list and meaningfully change my behavior systems and go from there into having, you know, okay, so I've changed my behavior systems and whatever else, but then to what end, you know, to what achievement? Yeah, buddy. Oh, what's up, Smiles? Happy Monday, brother. Yeah, so it's like end of year time. I look back at the whole thing I did. I mean, I put out 3 Nicki Bihana's EPs this year, 1 live album. Only played 3 gigs, but that's cool. I like playing gigs on my terms more than the compulsive, I have to gig, I have to go out and play, I have to go do it. It's got its time and a place, but it's not really my stilo, you know? One thing that even though I feel like I'm super, super productive, one thing I'm very aware of is that I spend a lot of time just planning and plotting, visualizing, and in my mind, it's like laying frameworks and creating mental systems for the next thing to come. You got to be careful with that because at a certain level, that turns into just procrastinating the thing that needs to come. You know, it's really easy to say that planning and plotting, strategizing, building, you know, the mental stuff, which I believe is extremely important to any meaningful endeavor. But that is a slippery slope where you just spend all your time getting ready. You're just always getting ready. Well, getting ready for what? When are you going to do the thing that you're getting ready to do? So I'm going to work on that. I think all that work, though, I mean, I found a couple old like to do lists and like little quote unquote business notebooks I've had. And I've been working on that for the past couple years. So it's like even seeing the step by step process to recording a single, to recording an EP, how the planning of it. I'm going to get this guy to do the album cover. Once I get the album cover, I'm going to do this. This is the track list for this one. This is while this is working, I'm going to do this. So I'm pretty on top of that stuff. It helps keep me in focus. It's not gray, when I'm really set down to work on projects. I know what I'm doing. And in my view, I set out this past year when 2025 started. I'm like, I'm going to get these 3 albums, hopefully get a live album recorded. Didn't work out exactly in the terms I'd planned, but that's the reality of the motherfucker. It's rarely going to be exactly how you envision it. You have to be able to kind of improvise your way through it and figure it out as you go. That's baked into the cake of doing anything. You know what I mean? Even if you're on a sports team, you can practice and practice and practice and run drills and fucking hammer that shit home. That all goes out the window if the other team is fucking sick. As soon as don't matter how good your offense is, a really good defense is going to throw a wrench into your system. And that's the nature of working with and getting good at operating with adversity. Not letting adversity fucking derail you as much as, all right, got to roll with it. Got to roll with it, man. Roll with the punches, as the saying goes. So I like this time of year. Hunker down and just get back in my notes. And then once 1-1 hits, for whatever reason, I have a very romantic, symbolic relationship with New Year's. A lot of it has to do because of me being sober in the past couple of years. Because once upon a time, that New Year's Eve was the fucking blowout. That was the blowout to just fucking, yeah, the year's done. Let's celebrate. Celebrate by doing stupid shit. Maybe with good people, oftentimes including stupid people. Stupid shit with stupid people makes me a stupid person. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. So the past couple of years I have been low key, sober, just relaxing, introspective, reflective, self analysis inducing New Year's Eves into a productive, let's start this motherfucker off right. New Year's days. That's a much better change of pace in my view. A much better change of pace in my view. So that's kind of where I'm at, dude. That's kind of where I'm at. About to meet up with my homie at the gym right around 9. Get a fine, glorious Monday chest day in. Monday is International Chest Day. Work off all that holiday indulgence. You know what I mean? I'm very mindful. I try to be mindful of what I eat, but when my family lovingly feeds me, it would just be rude to not indulge. So it's pretty good. What else am I thinking about? One of my shorts the other day was that you got to be just honest about wanting to be rich. I posted one of my YouTube shorts. I'm like, just be honest. If you want to be rich, just be honest about it. Don't be so fake humble and so fake meek. Don't exonerate money as the enemy while knowing that more money would serve you better. And of course, the shorts bring out the haters in the wider internet. It makes me laugh. And the shorts is such a funny thing too. But yeah, I posted that up, and there's some comment from some random dude. The very widely renowned quote from Jesus that it's easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter heaven. That seems to me to be a misused Bible verse. One that people are still studying so many years after the big man himself said it. And all those big Bible verses that people throw around, they're very interesting to me because they lead to so much analysis. They lead to so much discussion. Is that a condemnation of money? I don't know, because a good man with deep pockets can do a lot of good things. A bad man with deep pockets does a lot of bad things. They say that money is just the amplifier of who you already are. Money is a tool. Some have said that money is a spiritual result of energetic shifts. I find it interesting. I wonder is it wrong to want to be rich? It depends who you ask, I guess. It's one of those funny things. The shorts bring out all the interesting, wider internet level criticisms, so to speak. Guy tells me to manifest some hair. Another guy tells me I'm wrong for wanting to be rich. I'm saying just be honest about your bullshit. Whatever it may or may not be, just be honest with it. Come on. Be honest, be honest. That's what I'm trying to do out here. I'm just trying to hang out and talk some stimulating stuff, man. And it's been fun. Been doing this since about May, pushing 90 episodes of this fine podcast, BS with Be Hannas. Staying on the track, dude. Staying on the track. I got a whole bunch of music planned for this next year. Couple things I want to get up and running, just laying the groundwork, and fucking once this new year hits, boom, we gonna send that shit, dude. We gonna send that shit. Hey yo, good morning. Snowflake and a Christmas tree. Tis the season. Tis the season. So yeah, that's all I really got today, man. I want to get rich enough to not have to go to Walmart ever again. That's what I want. I walked into Walmart the other day, 2 days after Christmas, and they switched not from Christmas to New Year's immediately, as if overnight. The machine switched from Christmas to Valentine's Day. Clearance for all the Christmas stuff. I'm like, dude, this is wild. It's not so much demoralizing as it is, holy shit, is this really what it is? That quickly? Then I'm thinking about this guy on the internet, this random dude invoking Jesus' name to tell me I'm wrong for wanting to be rich. I would love to not have to go to Walmart ever again. That's just me. I'm just being honest out here. What the fuck does it matter? We'll see if I can get these YouTube shorts hitting the ground running, get them out there, get them views. Better be ready. Get ready for a lot more unsolicited opinions to engage with. Probably will trigger me right away, but that's all right. That's all good, man, because at the end of the day, it don't really matter. I like just waking up and taking a nice walk and pondering some stuff, reading some good books, some good stuff in the morning, talking to my people out here, and then going about my business, which today includes a fine chest day, which means I got to get the fuck out of here and not worry about YouTube shorts at the present. Because as I start looking at them, I type into YouTube, I'm like, how to maximize, what's a good YouTube shorts strategy? And it's just like the gym. Here come all the scientists. Here come all the business analysts, all the people who make a living making YouTube videos about making YouTube videos. It just makes me laugh. What happened to the sport of it? I like to just you got to keep it simple, dude. It's just like going to the gym. Obviously, there's a certain level of skill and quality and like intelligence that goes into the doing of the thing. But at what level is it just disingenuous and fake and just playing the game? Here's how you get the most YouTube shorts. Ready for this? Here's a secret. For you to get the most YouTube shorts possible, you got to use this thing called the looping technique. It goes like this. For you to get the most YouTube views possible, you got to use the thing called the looping technique. It's something like this. For you to get scummy bullshit. I found a short. It was just that. And the guy clipped it at the last fucking second. So it just kept looping. It just kept looping. All in the name of the almighty dollar. But that's all good. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Thank you for this fine Monday edition of BS with Be Hannas with me, Nikki B. Hannas. You can find it at Nikki B. Whoa, shit. Blew it on the plugs. This fine Monday edition of BS with Be Hannas. You can find it on YouTube. BS with Be Hannas. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, so on and so forth. You want some music? Call it heavy blues metal. NikkiBHannas.com, NikkiBHannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. You want to support the mission? Give me some of your almighty dollars, a whole $5 a month. I could give or take, but I appreciate it all the same. Patreon.com/NikkiBHannas. Get me out of Walmart. That's all good. Happy Monday. Get after it, everybody. Keep fucking ripping. One love. Catch you later. Peace.